Hello everyone and welcome back to my channel, or welcome to my channel if you're new. My name is Georgia and I'm mainly reviewing fragrances for men and women. Today I'm going to talk about a niche fragrance by the house of Silvain Delacourte, and this fragrance is Virgilie. Now I am apologizing in advance because I don't speak French and I might butcher the names, but it is what it is. So Virgilie, Silvain Delacourte, this is the packaging. And this is how the fragrance looks like. I do have here a 30 ml of e.d.p Virgilie Silvain Delacourte Paris. I do like the bottle, it's very practical, and the cap is metal and it's heavy. It's very well, done. I cannot complain anything about it. So back to a couple of things about the creator and the fragrance house and the fragrance, and then we're gonna go to see how this fragrance smells like. So Silvain Delacourte was actually working for Guerlain. She was the creator, perfume director for about 15 years. She also created a lot of fragrances at Guerlain. One of them is Insolence. I know you're familiar with that, and it is one of my favorite fragrances that unfortunately I do not own, but I'm looking forward. And also she decided to open her own fragrance house and use whatever she could use, natural ingredients based on, of course, the rules and regulations of IFRA, which IFRA is the basically whoever regulates the fragrances and what should be done and what ingredients should be natural or what should be synthetic in the fragrances. So she created her own brand and she's using the most natural products she could use based on the rules and regulations. So you can tell this is a good quality fragrance, and I'm gonna also tell you why a little bit in a couple of minutes. This fragrance was created by Silvain Delacourte together with Irene Farmasidi, and it's dedicated to the famous ancient poet Virgile, who lived between 50 BC and I believe 19 BC, and he's very famous for his I think the most known work of his was the Aeneid, which are legends about Aeneas after he escaped the Trojan War. So if you want to know more, just go ahead, Google the poet and his creations. But in any case, really interesting. The notes in the fragrance are as follow. In the top we have rosemary, pink pepper, bergamot, and mandarin orange. In the middle we have sage, geranium, and rose. And in the base we have natural vanilla, cedar, and leather. Now this fragrance to me, and I sprayed it before, I'm going to spray it again, is a really nice, awesome blend between the rosemary, which stands out, the sage, and the cedar, and all overwhelmed in a base of vanilla. By the way, this fragrance is part of a collection. It's called the Vanille collection or the Vanilla collection. So it's basically what the vanilla can be blended with, and it can, it's a really interesting combination between herbs and vanilla in this case. Now there's several more fragrances with the vanilla base, but I'm not going to talk about them in this video because I don't own them, but if I get a hold of them, I'll talk about them. This was mainly my favorite out of all of them. So a rosemary, sage, vanilla blend. Awesome and interesting. With the cedar dry down, so it's a woody dry down. The dry down, yeah, by the way, speaking of the dry down, it dries down woody, rosemary, and vanilla. That's the dry down. If you don't like herbs in general, and the blend with vanilla, it's a very interesting blend. This is not for everybody. It's not a pleasant compliment getter, oh my god, everybody wants it fragrance. It is a unique fragrance. It goes in a direction. When I sniffed it at the first time, it reminded me of Kenzo l'Elephant. Of course, not the same, but that's the same vibe that this fragrance is giving me. A unique blend between herbs and vanilla. This fragrance, I think I would wear in the fall and in the winter, and maybe early spring. Summer, I don't think it does justice. But fall, I think it's the main season to wear this fragrance. And then the winter time. Just because, you know, the blend of rosemary and the vanilla. It's a coziness with a really herbal scent. Herbal vanilla scent. That's how I would describe it. But it's a unique herbal vanilla scent because of the rosemary and the sage. It's aromatic. It has this vanilla coziness to it. The lasting power is about 5 hours. It doesn't last a long time. That's the downside to it, considering it's a niche brand and you would expect, oh my god, it's gonna last forever. However, it's not overly expensive. I think for 30 ml, I paid about $40, but I'm not really sure. You find it online if you Google it. It should be probably on Silvain Delacourte website. This video is not sponsored, so by all means, I have nothing to do with nothing. I just like this fragrance and I figured I should try it and, you know, talk about it. And I am not convincing you to buy this fragrance for the love of it, because it's a very interesting fragrance. It is not for everyone. But again, if you like the rosemary scent, if you like the sage, if you like the blend between the vanilla and the rosemary, try it at home, see how, you know, how this works. A little bit of vanilla extract, a little bit of rosemary, a little bit of sage, and that's how you get what you get, or similar to what this fragrance smells like. This was Virgilie by Silvain Delacourte. My name is Georgia. Thank you so very much for watching, and see you in my next one.